From time to time on a Sunday morning, I'll get a text a couple hours before our services here at Southridge Church. They'll be from different friends of mine that are in ministry, and they'll tell me that they have been praying for me as I prepare to preach, and praying for the church, and praying for our services, and for God to move in people's lives through my preaching. I never really thought much of it until now, of what a blessing that really is. It's a gigantic blessing to have people in your corner. It's even better when those people that are in your corner pray for you. But when it comes to the ministry of preaching, one of the greatest encouragements I could get is that they are praying for me as I get ready to preach. In ministry, we know that we're simply just vessels and that it's God who speaks. Those texts are such a nice reminder that it's really not up to me. And I have people in my corner praying for me to do what God has called me to do, so that God will do what He's going to do. Well, in the final greetings and farewells in Colossians, we run across someone named Epaphrus, who Paul says is always wrestling in prayer for the Colossian Christians. What's he wrestling in prayer for? He says he prays for them to stand firm in all the will of God, mature and fully assured. In other words, Epaphrus is praying for the Colossian Christians to stand firm and do what it is that God has called them to do. He's standing in their corner and praying and cheering them on to be all that God has created them to be. I know that having people like that in my corner makes a difference in my ministry. So here's my question for you today. Do you have people like that in your corner? If not, what do you have to do to find people like that? Maybe a more personal question. Do you play the role of Epaphras in other people's lives? Are you praying for your friends and those God is seeking to use in powerful ways? Are you praying for more than just their general well-being, but praying for their effectiveness in what God has called them to do and to be? Here's my challenge to you today as we close down this journey through Colossians. If you don't have a couple people who are Epaphras in your life, do whatever you have to find them and deploy them to wrestle in prayer for you. And if you're not doing the same for those in your life, I challenge you to earnestly pray for your friends and their callings, and then let them know periodically that you're praying for them to do all that God wants to do through them. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through Colossians. Our prayer is that this has helped equip you to take your next step on your faith journey.